My name is Jeff A.D.Martin, and I wear a lot of hats. I'm a police officer, I'm an author, I'm also a motivational speaker. And today I came to give you a message. While we're dealing with COVID-19, while we're dealing with social distancing and having to keep apart, because that's what we have to do to ensure that everybody stays safe. But while we're dealing with this right now, I want you to know and understand there are people out there who are having a real tough time. There are people out there who are having difficulties staying apart because they're used to being with their friends. They're used to being with their families. We have frontline workers who are working every single day to ensure that we're safe. And again, having to go into work every single day. There are people out there who are struggling. That's why I believe as human beings, as community members, we have to do what we can to make a difference in the lives of people around us. See, what does that mean? That means that you and I, can find our own unique way of doing things to be a difference, to make a difference within our own communities. Even though people are struggling right now, even though some people are having a tough time, you and I can do something to help them within this process. Listen, I don't need you to tell me how long this thing's gonna last. We have professionals to do that. I don't need anybody telling me when school's gonna open back up. Again, we have educational professionals that can give us that information. But even at the age that you're at right now, there's something that you can do to be the difference in the life of somebody else, to make their day just a little bit brighter, to make their week a little bit more satisfying. An action, something that you are able to do to be the difference in the life of somebody else. See, I heard of one mother who had her children draw up cards so they can give them to first responders to thank them for the work that they're doing. I know one person who could sing really well, and he decided to go in front of a retirement home, a senior home, so he can sing and allow his voice to be heard by the seniors who were stuck inside and couldn't be visited by their loved ones. I know one family that went down the street. They knocked on the door of an elderly couple and asked them if they needed any groceries. Because the elderly couple had respiratory problems, it wasn't safe for them to go into the grocery store. So this family actually went out and bought groceries for this elderly couple. And understand, it doesn't always have to be this huge task. I knew of one person who, when they were driving through the drive-thru of a restaurant, they took a moment to say thank you to the people who were working there, because they knew that the restaurants had to be open. People still need to be fed. And so rather than just driving off how a lot of people do, they took just a moment to say thank you for working, thank you for putting in your time, thank you for being open for people to eat. I even knew of a young person who decided to call all of her family members to make sure they were doing okay. I want you to know it doesn't always have to be this huge task. Sometimes the most littlest thing, the most littlest act of kindness can go a long way. It can be the difference in somebody's life. See, I know some of you are thinking right now, yeah, Jeff, I can't do that. I'm too young to really make a difference in this world. And I'm telling you that you can. You have the ability to make a difference in someone's life. You have the ability to make change. You have the ability to go out there and to do something fabulous, a small, very small act of kindness that can potentially go a long way in somebody's life, particularly during right now, social distancing and COVID-19. You have the ability to do it. And in fact, I challenge you to come up with ways that you can make a difference in somebody's life, how you can make a difference within your family, within your community, and even within this world. Again, it doesn't have to be something big. It can be something small, but it's all about trying to be the change and making somebody feel better during this difficult time. I'm going to end with this story. There was a man who was running down the beach. And sometime during the night, a huge tide came in and it left behind thousands and thousands of starfish. The man ran by thousands of starfish, and in the distance, he saw a young boy. And as he got closer, he saw this young boy picking up a starfish and throwing it in the water, picking up a starfish and throwing it back to the ocean. And as the man ran up to the boy, he stopped and he said, "Young man, what are you doing?" And the boy said, "I'm trying to save all these starfish." The man laughed and he said, "How are you going to save all these starfish? Don't you see that there are thousands and thousands of them that are all across this beach? There's no way that you can pick up all these starfish and throw them back in the ocean. There's no way you can make a difference." The young man picked up another starfish. He threw it in the ocean and he turned to the man and said, "I made a difference in the life of that one." My friends, imagine if you pick up a starfish, and you picked up a starfish, and you picked up a starfish, and I picked up a starfish. We can all make a difference in the lives of these starfish if we all just picked up one and threw it back in the ocean. And that's exactly what I'm asking for you to do today. You can make a difference in the life of somebody right now. Someone who might be going through a tough time, someone who might be having a difficult situation with social distancing, someone who's used to being at school but they're having a hard time being at home, someone who has to work every single day to make sure that you and I are safe. You can be a difference in their life. If they're going through a tough time, you have the ability through a small act of kindness right now to be the change. So my question to you is, what can you do right now to make a difference in the life of somebody while we go through this COVID-19 social distancing? You have the ability to make a change. You have the ability to make this world great. So again, I challenge you, I ask you, share with me, how can you be the difference in somebody's life right now?